The next item is an awesome sale, and I'm really happy about it. Two really good ROIs with really great margins. As author Anthony Brandt has said, other things may change us, but we start and end with family. I've been picking the Commonwealth for 20 years, searching high and low at yard sales, thrift stores, antique malls, garages, and sometimes even barns for treasures I can pass on to new homes through eBay. But now as I watch my little ones growing up before my eyes, I find that my real treasures are right here with me every day. So join us as we pick, flip, and resell on our 2 eBay stores and in our 3 antique booths. Hello everybody, welcome back to Commonwealth Flipper. My name's Kevin, we're in the cabin, and we had a very, very typical Commonwealth Picker Flipper day, which is, if you've been watching the show, I sell a lot of smalls and make anywhere, $8, $10, $4, whatever it is that we need to do to make money, we usually do it. But I usually mix in some pretty high price sales, maybe 4 or 5 times a week. Well, I haven't had those sales the last couple of weeks, and I was wondering when I would get them. And I went to look at my store. I'm like, I only have like 5 or 6 really high-priced items right now. A lot of them have sold, which is not a bad thing. But that does explain why some of them haven't been happening lately. So I went looking through my death pile, and I found an item that I could list. That's a high-priced item, and I got that thing sold today too. But it just sold, so you're going to see that on tomorrow's video. But we still had one really, really good sale, and it was a set of books that if you've been watching the Commonwealth Picker channel, you probably know which set of books that is. That's the one from, I think, last week, Sunday maybe, I think is when that garage sale came out. And so we made a really nice profit on that. I don't do Amazon very much, and very, very rarely do I sell books on there because it's not something I typically look for. But this was a set of religious books, and they sold for top dollar, and it didn't take too long for them to sell, and I'm really, really happy about that profit. And then I found something last week for $1 that sold for $50, and I'm going to let you take a look at that in just a second. But all told, all those types of things combined really, really do make for a nice day of profits. A lot of times I look at my profits and think, if I'm making at least 40% profit out of that money coming in, we're doing well. Well, today we're going to make far more than 40% because the margin on that set of books is really good. Let's take a look. All right, not a great margin on this one. We bought this for $250, I think is what we paid for it, and this one sold for $22.45. We put it on sale just to get it out. I don't know, I got caught up in a sale really. This is the time of year that this thing would sell. It's retail arbitrage from Walmart. And with shipping, because we've had to discount it, we're only going to probably make $5 to $7, depending on where it's going and shipping on this one. But I'm still happy. We made some decent money on some of them. And I don't regret doing this particular retail arbitrage buy. But you notice right here, the price is on the box itself. I love the ones with the price, the sticker on it, so you can pull it off. Well, these people are going to know it costs $14.97, even though it cost them $22.45, which I don't have a problem with. I mean, nobody's wringing their arms to get this thing, Usually, and this brings up a question, if it's a vintage item, I leave the price tag on. And if it's a new item, actually not even new, if it's not vintage, I usually take the price tag off. This one's not coming off. Which, by the way, when did a skunk become a mascot for Christmas? All right, speaking of Christmas and speaking of that same sale that I was talking about where we got the books, and I can't remember, I think it was they were giving stuff away or something like that. You can go check it out if you haven't already. This came from that exact same sale, and this is an old Rugrats. It's a vintage Rugrats Christmas ornament, 1998, Viacom International. And it's pretty beat up, as you can see. The ornament is new, but it's just in a roughed up box. And this thing sold for $15. I think this one might have gone to a viewer. Let me check. Yep, I just saw it right here. So this one went to Ashley, and she just says, long-time viewer, and wanted to say thanks. So Ashley, thank you. We appreciate it. I think I paid $1 for it, maybe $2, and it sold for $15. It'll go out because I want to protect it enough. We'll probably put it in a 5x5x5. It'll probably creep over 4 ounces. It'll go out at the 8-ounce rate. So we'll make a decent little profit on this, maybe $7.50 to $8. But this is the kind of stuff I just love to sell just because it's vintage. It beats the heck out of selling boring stuff, in my opinion anyways. All right, sold another Liberty Woman's V-neck shirt, size large. And this one is one of our most popular ones we sell. Paid $2 selling for 15. We're making about $7 profit on it, which doesn't sound like a lot. But this particular shirt, we bought 155 shirts, but this particular one was the one that had the most quantity. And we've probably sold it 15 times already, is my guess. And we're going to sell it, I don't know how many we had, 40 probably. So it's going to end up being a $280 profit item on this thing. And it's really easy, you know, just slap it in the bag, put the sticker on it, and you're good to go. All right, here is Polo Black Aftershave Gel. This one I bought at a garage sale just last week. I was in Roanoke, Virginia. I was at this garage sale and I was pretty happy with what I found, but there was a little bit of work involved to extract the profit out of it because there's so many individual things and had to do a little bit of research. And as I was leaving the garage sale, I think I had already paid, and there was 2 or 3 people at this sale that were selling, so I had already paid a couple different people. As I'm walking out, I see this on the side of the table there. I'm like, and picked it up, and I'm like, hey, this thing's gonna sell. So I'm like, how much you want for it? They said $1. I said, deal. I gave them the $1. And when I got home, it was one of the first things I pulled out of the car. I'm like, I'm gonna look this thing up, see if I can list it really quick. And to my surprise, it wasn't a huge surprise. I figured it'd be worth 20, 30 bucks. This thing sold for $45, and it sold pretty quickly. Probably could have listed it at $48, $49 and got it if I was willing to wait a little while. But $1 into 45 is a really, really nice margin. And it's much like the item I'm talking about over here that I got to show you still. I forgot to mention I got a new hat. Somebody gave me a new hat a few days back. And whenever that happens, they said they wish to remain nameless, of course. Whenever that happens, if somebody, a viewer, has sent me a hat before, I think 2 of them, whenever that happens, I'll send an old hat, I'll autograph it, send it out, and give it to another creator or somebody that wants to raise some money somewhere. And that's what we did this time. And now I have a nice new white, fresh new hat. The old hats are always dingy and dirty, but anyway, so this one's kind of cool. And I sold a hat right here, and I think I gotta find it, but I'm gonna have to turn this camera around. All right, our Michigan Cycle bin, and I think this one's old. It's probably in the very back. It's a white one. There it is. It should be way back here. Yep, that's it. Tommy Hilfiger. This one I'm pretty certain came from Cincinnati Picker. No, you know what? I take it back. This one came from a totally different lot where I bought a lot of hats that had an old John Deere denim hat in it. I have to go back and watch that video to make sure. But we are definitely in the pure profit. It's been in the store a long, long time. It's not particularly vintage or amazing, and it's got a couple markings on it. So I discounted this one, and it sold for $8.60 plus shipping, but it is all pure profit after fees and after shipping. All right, the next item is an awesome sale, and I'm really happy about it. 2 really good ROIs with really great margins today. The $1 into 50, and this was a $6 into $150 buy plus shipping on this one, which is really cool. Plus the shipping is media mail, which really helps. You don't get a kickback on the fees when it's media mail, but the fees aren't as much because the shipping cost is lower and they charge you those shipping cost fees. And I heard a few people complaining about that, and I kind of get it. But if you were back in eBay back in the days where they didn't charge shipping, they didn't charge the 10% on the shipping fees, people would sell things for a penny plus $50 shipping all the time. And it was kind of the Wild West. So that's why that thing is the way it is, unfortunately. All right, here it is. This is Through the Bible with J. Vernon McGee, and they are in excellent condition. If you ever see really any old Bible sets, not any, but religious sets, this is from a popular pastor based out of Southern California. And I remember my grandfather listening to him when I was a young boy. And these still have a following. These are in excellent condition, which, you know, to be honest with you, a lot of this stuff is because, you know, that's a lot of reading. Who's going to sit down and read that thing? But there was one little nick right here. I don't know if you can see it on this camera or not. Without that nick right there, they were in really good condition. I probably would have asked $159.95, but I'm like, you know, I'll put it out there for $150 plus shipping. And they sold within 2 weeks, I think. That's a really, really nice little profit on there. We only paid $1 a piece for them at that sale. So I love that sale. And, you know, you don't have to sell books on Amazon, although it doesn't hurt. All right, we have, looks like Venom with us today. Is this Venom?
Yeah.
All right. What do you have?
Fall Guy and Bug Man.
Fall Guy and Bug Man. So that's the Fall Guy. I think it's a Tonka toy, I think. And this is the Raid Bug. The Raid Bug. And you know what, Turner? These came from two of our best garage sales, best garage sale videos, at least in my opinion. Anyways, they were really fun. This is the Mount Plushmore sale right there. And this one came from the Unexpected Jackpot. And we have made over $3,000 on those two garage sales, which is just an incredible amount of money for two garage sales that we didn't spend a whole lot of time at. And we've been selling and selling and selling. This guy sold for $8 plus shipping. And this one sold for $15 plus shipping. And this one went out to a viewer. And let me go read what she wrote to us. She says she's a YouTube fan and really loves the blue Commonwealth Picker shirt. She says that color is awesome. And she got that on the CommonwealthPicker.com store. Matter of fact, I wanted to say that anyway. So this was a mask that got sent to us by the gentleman, Mike, who does all of the merch for that store. And he's also a viewer. And I thought, since we're doing a fundraiser, Turner, for the Friends of Bedford Animal Shelter, who helped out Dobby so much, we're just going to go put that one. It's a one-of-a-kind right there. We're going to go put that on the CommonwealthPicker.com store, and I don't know, put it out there for maybe $15 or something. And if somebody wants to buy that, we're going to, oh my goodness, look at who's here. That's Venom. Venom is really Turner, y'all.
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise. And we are going to give all the proceeds from that mask to that shelter. So, actually, to the Friends of the Shelter. So, Turner, you're going to get $1 to do what?
Save, spend, and donate.
You got it. So, $1 is also going to go to the Friends of Bedford Animal Shelter and to Compassion International, which is awesome. And I wanted to show them these two sales. So, Mount Plushmore, I ran out of space. So, next one will be its own piece of paper. Raid Bug, $13 in profit, $1,963 so far. And the Unexpected Jackpot ran out of room as well. And that is for that Fall Guy, $6 profit, $1,228. And something else sold from that today. Turner, you want to say goodbye?
Bye, thank you.
All right, this is the last time some of you old-timers been around the show a while are going to have to hear me say this, because this is the last set. And we've been selling this almost the entire time we've been on YouTube. So this is Glenn Beck, the Christmas Sweater book. And this one, I thought this was signed. I'm pretty sure it is, actually. It's signed right there. And then the DVD that goes with it. And it's 1761 out of 3,000. So I bought a bunch of these, and they're all numbered. I sold some separate, sold some together in a lot. Paid $2. So paid $1 and $1 right here. And they were priced full price at Goodwill for both of them. And I went and talked to a manager. I'm like, hey, you know, you've got tons of these here. There must have been, I don't even remember how many I bought, but maybe not 100, but there certainly was more than 50. And I bought them all. I'm like, hey, you know, these aren't going to be huge money makers, but I'm going to make it over and over and over again on one listing. And he said, sure, no problem. And we bought every single one of them. And this is the last batch. The last one that went out, I think somebody bought like 9 of them, and they bought them on Bonanza. I'm like, that's a weird thing to buy on Bonanza, but hey, weird stuff sells on Bonanza sometimes, for sure. I've had a couple of those sales. Multi-quantities for things that really weren't hot in the eBay store. I'm like, what the heck? So we've made a bunch of money on these. This got caught up in that sale. I forgot they were in there, actually. And so we got a little bit of a cut deal. I think we were going for like $16.95 for the set or something like that. So it sold for like 15 something. 15.21 or something like that. I'm not quite sure. But it'll go out medium mail, and it's probably $3.33. It's probably just over a pound for medium mail. And then fees. So, you know, we're still making a decent amount of money. Not quite $10 on them, but maybe $8. These are the last ones, so you won't have to hear me tell that story again. Hey, I have an Interman going out to David. He says, I'm a viewer of the channel, and I am a reseller on eBay, hoping this will bring luck to my sales and boost my sales. Well, David, that's what I hear. I hear it doesn't necessarily boost them, but it definitely gets old stuff moving pretty well. Thanks, David. All right, this one is going out to Marta. Hi, my husband and I are huge fans. Eric is also a flipper and gator flips on YouTube. Have to check that out. He would get a real kick if you gave him an early birthday shout out. So definitely gator flips. I'll go over there and check you out. Interman will be part of the collection I am trying to build for him on his birthday. Getting things from all of you senior YouTube rock stars. Senior meaning we've been around a while or we're old. I'm older than some of the other ones. You just might not believe it. But at any rate, thank you. Tita. Is it Tita? Awesome. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Hey, this one's going out to Tony. You're my favorite YouTuber. for eBay education. Well, that's very flattering. I appreciate it. I have followed you and a few others for months. Now ready to start my own eBay selling and just must have this as a mascot. Who said you can't teach an old dog new tricks? I'm 71. That is awesome. That is so cool to hear. Thank you and your family for being such a positive connection in the eBay world. Cubby for Tony, and the 4 is a number, which is my old baseball playing number, by the way. Tony Pease, please sign. I would like a misfit if you have any left. Thank you in advance. So that is awesome. Thank you for the story and thank you for the kind words. And I will do my best to do that signing right there. You know, if you put it in the message, it's a pretty good chance that I'll do it. It's when you send me a message that isn't on the purchase that I struggle. So for 71 years old and calling yourself an old dog, at least you got that right. You put it in the message on the purchase. So thank you so much. We appreciate it and we wish you the best of luck. All right, one going to Lance, one going to Deborah, and one going to Gary. And Gary asks for an autograph, and we'll be happy to do that. So thank you. It's awesome to hear those messages. You guys are amazing to us, and we appreciate you, and we'll see you next